Good evening, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to tonight's stream, part 2 of the full run of the East Coast Main Line. And tonight, of course, we're going from York, where we left off last night, all the way down to King's Cross, about 2.5 hours, something like that. So it's another decent run. Hope everybody had a chance that wasn't in last night to watch part 1. I've left a little link in the chat there, or you'll find it on the feed if you want to watch part 1 from last night. We had quite a good run. I'm sure you'll agree, those that were in live. Thank you everybody for coming back in. Hope everybody's Sunday has been going well. Let's have a look before we kick off. Here we got in Animal. Good evening. Nice to see you back. David. Good evening. How you doing? Jason, of course. Chris, how are you? Richard, and thanks for the sub, Carter, as well. Much appreciated. Welcome to the club. You've been sat in this train since last night. Yeah, it's been a few hours, hasn't it? Well, without further ado, I'm gonna get things rolling, and I'll take it off pause. And we'll jump in, we'll get everything set up again, ready to go. I'll show you the schedule again. If you're on the Discord, there is a link in the chat there that I put in earlier. But let's go, shall we? I hope they didn't mind us parking it here last night. In York. Let's do that.
AWS and AWS operational.
We need the vigilance on, of course. We're also gonna, of course, use the speed set once again because it's super handy. Right away for Doncaster driver. So we will look at the schedule in a sec. Just let me set this ready to go. We'll just double check outside. I think we need to assume that the passengers are already on board. We didn't have to load them. But tonight we are at York, so we've got Doncaster, Newark, Peterborough, and then King's Cross. So are due to arrive 10:39 into King's Cross. So that's what we are. That's what we're doing. So let's get underway because we've got 32.5 miles down to our first stop, which is Doncaster. So let's do it. He says, hang on, let me do this again. This is not a good start. Did I put it in forwards? I bet I got it in neutral. No, it's in forwards. Right, so what have I done wrong then? Let's go there. Let's do that. Let's do that. Oh, there we go. That was weird. Very, very odd. Okay. I think that's taking the speed set off though. I need to put that back on. Set that to 30. Right, we're in business. Yeah, you can hear the Voyager. Yeah, it's outside. Yeah, it was in the platform. It's the cross-country one. It was over here that came in last night. Good evening, Wings. How you doing? Nick, good evening. You're there, but you're busy with the roast chicken. That's a good date night, that, with the roast chicken. No, it's fine. Just you can keep your eye on it in the background. That's absolutely fine. Good evening, Peter. How you doing? Oh, Matt sends his regards. Yeah, I was in there earlier. Yeah, I did have. I did pop in a little bit earlier on. He was just about to do the West Coast Main Line South. He was about to do with the 710. I think it was. He's a nice fella, is Matt. He's even nicer in real life than he is on his streams. It's worth saying. And he does some good stuff, to be honest. Right. Let's get up to 90. We've got quite a fast stretch between here and Doncaster, for the most part. Hey Sam, how you doing? You'll be watching and salivating over the stream or over the chicken? Or both? Oh, he's doing an Azuma, is he, tonight? Okay. Yeah, but we know the Azuma that he's doing isn't going as far as ours is. That's the only difference. Because if he's sticking to TSW, he can't. Nah, it's fine. Just test the horn before we need it. How's the foot, animal? Any better? You're going to attempt to drive the TSC Flirt live on stream. Excellent. Oh, you went for a Carvery. Oh, wow. It's too early in the stream to start talking about food, honestly, don't. We've got 2.5 hours to go before I can leave the desk. Am I asking for money? No, I'm not asking for money. Ultimate Gaming, good evening. No adverts, please, though, if you don't mind. Just per the rules. Don't send me a picture of a Carvery. Just don't do that. Right, 27 to go. Due in at 8:53. Let's just double check again. Doncaster, Newark, Peterborough, King's Cross. So hopefully it runs as well as it did last night. Good evening, other Peter. How you doing? You're having pizza? Get on the cab phone to the puppy steward. Yeah, she's downstairs watching telly at the minute. There's another Voyager going back the other way. Should be a bit of traffic on this section tonight, with any luck. There's the mysterious speeding again at 125, even though we're not. It's not a point scenario anyway, so it's alright. Evening, John, how you doing? Liver and bacon and onion gravy with creamy mash. We've got some chefs in our midst, I think. Bacon, bacon and mash. You don't like liver, do you not, animal? I must admit, I'm not so keen on it. Actually, what do they serve on board the Azuma? Because if you watch one of the other ambassadors, Megasim, he goes on all these trains and he tries out first class, and he does little videos about what food they serve on board. It's quite interesting, actually. I'm sure he did the Azuma recently. He's done the Azuma, HST, he's done the Pendolino, amongst others. Buttercooked lamb's liver. Oh! I don't know about that. John, you've just been driving your favourite train, Milton Keynes to Euston. Then it crashed as you approached Euston. I thought all that had been fixed with the last update. Doesn't sound like it. What are you on Xbox, John, by any chance? I've mentioned before I had a few crashes going into Euston on the PS5, but the last couple of weeks it's been alright. LaserJet, good evening. Or shall I start calling you Great Western? I'm not really sure. I don't know which one you prefer. Right, so we've got a neutral section coming up. So you're asking me about this last night. So look at the lights over here. When we go over it right now, you see it goes off and then it comes back on again. But you don't have to react to the neutral sections. I can't remember who it was who was asking last night. Do you need to do anything with the neutral sections when you're in the Azuma? The answer is no. You don't need to. Oh, PS5, John, right. I've played quite a few services since the updates. It's been alright, maybe I've just been lucky. That speeding one is quite annoying, but I don't want to knock it. You can only do increments of 5 on the speed select, so I don't want to go to 120. Because obviously over a long run, that's quite a bit of a slowdown. Yeah, 8:42. Yeah, it's breakfast time, isn't it? You can almost smell the bacon butties coming through. So you reckon the kitchen's right behind here? Can't turn round in this one, like TSW. You can't get about. Unless you're sat still and you go for the 8 camera. You can probably have a peep at the back wall. The last update was about a week ago, I think, wasn't it? For TSW. Hey up, Graham, how you doing? It wasn't Hannibal Lecter in the A-Team. There was definitely a Hannibal. But I don't think George Pepper ever played Hannibal Lecter, but I could be wrong. Turn the hood off. There you go. And now back on again. I prefer to see what I'm doing actually with the hood. I like to know how many miles I've got. Because I don't know the route, so I wouldn't know when Doncaster was exactly coming up. Yes, this is why last night, when we got to the rundown at the end, I think it said speed in 62 times or something like that. because it's just telling me that I'm speeding, even though I'm not. As we talked about last night, we should be able to get to 126 actually before it tells us we're speeding. And we're firmly planted at 125. See, it's gone again there. So now then, Mikey, how are you doing? Good evening. I'm doing all right. Thank you very much. In fact, we're rapidly approaching Doncaster. Due in just under a minute ahead of time at the moment. So that'll be the kitchen then, with the windows that you can't see through. Still need some optimization. Yeah, I wonder what the issue is with that. Specifically the pen door, is it? So those that don't have the pen door have been alright, have they? I don't know many people with West Coast Mainline South though that don't have the pen door. There will be a few. Matt said there's a lot of issues with Euston, and next week's talk to... Oh, okay. Yeah. Matt knows definitely more than me. That's where you had your curry last night, yeah, it was. Behind the driver's seat in the kitchen. Thanks once again, everybody, for coming in on Sunday for part 2. As I said, part 1, if you did miss part 1 is up on the feed now. So if you want to go back and have a look at part 1, you can do. Four miles to go. They're probably tweaking with the memory a little bit. And that's what's causing the crashes. So once we get to Doncaster, you guys that have only got TSW will be familiar with the next part of the East Coast Main Line, I'm sure. That's because I designed that one, Nick. That's what that is. I do fancy running that again, actually. You know, that Pendor stream. I think we did the Virgin Pendor, Carlisle to Preston, didn't we? But going the other way was I did it in a video, but I wouldn't mind doing it live as well at some point. Right, we could have a red coming up in half a mile. Are we getting a traditional Monday stream to make our hat trick? It depends, because I'm off tomorrow, so I'm going out during the day. So it's possible, but I won't commit to it just yet. But if I'm back in enough time, I'll put something on the schedule, certainly. Used to love the travelling chef on the first Great Western when they used to have them. That'd be an experience. Yeah, another route with the 700 to stretch its legs, definitely. You've been to York once and it was from Hull, so you're not that familiar with the network there. I'm trying to work out whether I've been to York by train. I know I've been to York lots of times, but I don't know if I've been by train. It's a bit of legwork to get to York for me. Here we are. This is Doncaster. So you're used to this now, you TSW players. So the bit that's behind me is the bit that you can't do in TSW. Good evening, Stace. How you doing? Back for a second night. Yeah, I'll have a look, Jason, once I just stop on here and get the passengers on. So most of you will have set off from this platform quite a few times, I would expect. Yeah, you're lucky 2 nights in a row. Some wouldn't say that. Right, we're a couple of minutes early, I think. So let's get everyone loaded. Cancel that. You stand by what you said. How many coaches? Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 8, I think. Um, just know the alarm will go off when I do this. What's she doing? Is she getting on or what? She's checking her phone. There's the alarm. Let's cancel that. Right. Let's just check. Due out 8:55, so we should be good to go as soon as the doors are shut. There they go. 9 core, is it? Oh yeah, of course, including the lead. Right, off we go. I should really have set the speed set to before we left, so I'll do that quickly. Right, Newark is in 35. Actually, it's just under 36 miles, isn't it? Are we getting one tomorrow too, or no? You know, even Stacey's at it now. It's possible. It's possible. I'm out tomorrow because I'm not working. But if I'm back in time, in good time, then we'll do something. But I'll put it on the feed. So right now I'm not 100% sure. Right, let's get up to 120. Dangerous Dave, good evening. Charlie, how are you? Is there a speed set for the Azuma in TSW5? Do you know? I don't think there is. Don't think there is. Of course, the Pendolino's got one, but I don't think the Azuma's got. I don't even know what APT is, apart from a train. I didn't even properly know what walk meant until the other day. So that's how far behind I'm getting. Right, get it up to 125. It's a song and a train, right. Does it stand for something? Does APT stand for something? The song, I mean. Or if it's something rude, you best not tell me. Absolutely poor timing. Oh, so it's relevant to this stream then, is it? But we're actually in good time again. Actually, you know, last night we did really well. We arrived in York. Was it like 2 minutes early in the end? Members only stream. I might do a members only stream actually at some point. That's a very good idea. Thanks for reminding me to Stace. I might do that. Good evening, Lima. How you doing? From Jakarta, Indonesia. Wow, welcome. That's true. I did arrive last night 2 minutes earlier, and then as we're only leaving tonight, another 19 hours late. Yeah, it just lost itself a follower. Oh. I'll do a private non-member stream just for you, Stace. What do you think? That'll stop you complaining. You did a run in the 465 on South Eastern High Speed a minute earlier every stop. And was it an old stopper as well? There's quite a few stops for the 465. Not keeping my eye on the speed now. And 19 hours late is good, is it, for LNER? There's another Azuma. Right, we've got 26 to go to Newark. Obviously, this stretch of the line in TSW is a bit more prettier than this. This looks pretty good, but TSW can make things a lot prettier, so... Be nice to have a little bit more of it, as we were talking about last night in TSW. I don't think you lose many points, do you, for being late in TSW? I think it's speeding where you lose most points. If you're going for the points, that is. I know a lot of you just ignore them. That's why these scenarios are quite good in TS Classic, where you're not up against the points. Some of the career scenarios are quite difficult because of the points. What did you think of the baby bullet then, Nick? Because you've only just picked that up, haven't you, the last couple of days? You said you were going, Laserjet. I think you said you were telling us that you were going there. Because I was getting mixed up, wasn't I, between Paynton and Exeter, if I recall correctly. I don't think you were in last night, were you? I don't think you were in last night. I meant to ask you about that, but... Not calling you out or anything. I'd made a note to ask you about it and then I didn't see you. Yeah, Penn Corridor, yeah, it's good. It is good. It's a nice long route. Plenty going on. You can see the freight going up and down the line. Now then, Sam, how you doing? Yeah, we were alright for Oxenholmes last night, actually. It wasn't too bad. Where was it? It was Durham. Peter swore that it would catch me out at Durham. But actually I was alright at Durham. No matter how long you've been watching these streams, you still have no clue what's going on. It says a lot that you come back, though. Do you like trains, though, now? Did you like trains before? That's the key thing. Hey up, Chris, how are you? Yeah, Retford, is that where we just went past? I was trying to look on the... next stop is Newark, anyway. So you've only missed Doncaster so far. Oh, look at that as well. I'm being nice to him, and he thinks I'm going to overshoot at Newark now. Look at that. Right, we've got 16 and a half to go until the overshoot. Actually, last night, just when we left, was it when we left Edinburgh? GE Dave mentioned about Penman Shield Tunnel, he mentioned. I said I was going to go and look it up. I did look it up. I watched a YouTube video on it this afternoon. That's pretty shocking, that, isn't it? The fact that the two workers are still inside the tunnel. It's quite sad, really, isn't it? I mean, it must have been bad if they couldn't eventually get in to get to them. But it's quite interesting. I can't remember the channel name, but they do drone footage in Scotland in different places, and so they were showing above the hill where the tunnel used to go through and where it was sealed up and all that kind of stuff. So it's quite interesting. Sad story though. Hey Animal, if that flirt is going cheap, I'll buy it off you. I think they're bringing out the other flirt as well. They're going to do a pack. Is that the 745 that you've got? I think there's the 755 as well, if I remember correctly. Anybody mentioned Deltic yet? Yeah, you've just mentioned it. Nobody had before you. Oh no, who's a flirt? It's a type of train. It's a type of train. It only goes 1 mile an hour. Do you think you've left the brakes on or something? I've seen people driving it way faster than that. Well, we got 10 miles till Newark, so you're all right yet. Yeah, the Hoover was briefly mentioned, I think, early on. I think Peter said, "Are we due a Class 50 stream?" The tunnel, the British tunnel boring machine's buried under the Channel Tunnel. Is it? I didn't know that. We just buried ours. I guess we wouldn't be using it for anything else, unless we had another big tunnel we needed to do. Biscuits. There's been lots of talk of liver and onions and carveries and curries and you name it. Eight to go. I'm probably going to be about 2 minutes early, unless I make that slow approach just for Chris into Newark. Use up some of that spare time. You've just left Ipswich. You should be in London in about a month. I don't think there's many hills, is there, either on that route? So you can't even roll down the hill. $30,000, wow. Crazy. Evening, Super Sprinter, how you doing? Newark is your local station, your local ECML station. Excellent. Admire the flat crossing. Oh, is that where it is? The sort of the crisscross sort of crossing, for want of a better description. Is that what it's actually called? The flat crossing. I know what you mean. I know which one you mean. Right, we've got 4 miles. Then it won't be too long before we leave all this countryside behind and it starts building up to London. Yeah, the only one in the UK, that's correct, yeah. I remember them saying that on the TSW stream back when. Right, we need to slow down for the 100. There it is. That's the crossing. It looks a bit better in TSW, I must admit. Here comes the overshoot. Oh, God. I think in TSW, if you're going too fast, you hit the grid, it puts the emergency brake on, doesn't it? Yeah, we're fine. We're fine for Newark. And we're still early. It would be an easy one to overshoot, though. The straight ones are the worst. Hopefully nobody's jumping off the end of the platform tonight. You've lost that bet, Chris. You should hang your head in shame now. You're gonna delete it. Don't delete your save file as well, like you were doing on TSW. I'm kind of just waiting for a sale on that. I'll be honest, the flirt. I don't know if they'll ever be one. I don't know if Alan Thompson Sim ever does sales or not. The 465 is a nice drive. That was one of the most I remember because, again, sitting in the part of the country that it sits in, I wasn't familiar with the 465. But I know when that was coming out, that was one of the most anticipated loco inverted commas DLCs that was coming out. Everybody wanted that. As soon as Southeastern High Speed came out, everybody said, "Where's the 465? Why is it not? Why is it not a thing?" So, missing platform stop boards, yeah, quite correct. Yeah, unless I just sail past them, which I don't think that I did. Yeah, there aren't any. Very true. There's always a dumped Azuma outside Newark to keep a spare one there, yeah. Static scenery, I expect, only. Yeah, that's fine, Stace, don't worry. Yeah, there's a lot of people spawning in just there, just appearing from nowhere. When you spawn a train in free roam, it crashes after 10 minutes. On TSW, you mean? No idea why. No idea. Right, what time are we due out? 9:20. So we haven't long to wait. Is there a Preston Dock spur track? In real life, you mean? There is in real life. And also, if you in TS Classic, if you get I think it's the Northern lines. by on-track simulation, which is free, by the way. It is it's depicted in that route, and you can actually drive down there in the 37s if you've got the 37s by AP. Is there a teleport in the platform? Yeah, they do that a lot in Tears Classic. They also, when they're getting on the trains as well, they seem to teleport into nowhere. They walk towards the train and then just disappear. Straight up to 125, so we're going to Peterborough now, 43 miles. Due in 9:47. Vulcans, Lightnings, and Phantoms. There's a good range of aircraft. Quick question. Go on then. It was quite. I thought it was going to stick on red, and then it just seemed to go through the whole aspect, didn't it, to get to green? Did they do it on? They do it on platform 3 in Preston too. I think they do that in real life though. That's why. Where's the 27,000 Daves at? Yeah, that's true. There's a few missing tonight. I think GE Dave was working at 4:30 this morning. I think he said, he was getting up at 4:30, so he's not likely to be around. I bet. Go and stick the pizza in the Azuma oven. Yeah. I'm going to try, I think next time, actually, if you're up for this, Jason, next time we go to DTG, I think if we're coming back on the Pendor, might as well get a seat upgrade. One of the cheap seat upgrades and see if we can go in the first class. I fancy doing that. I ain't been in the first class for years. But with the Pendor now being in TSW, etc., I wouldn't mind doing that. I could turn that into a little video, actually, come to think of it. Evening, Lewis. How you doing? Shame that the cab on this 801 is the Great Western Railway spec cab and not the LNER spec. I'll bow down to your superior knowledge on that one. What is it that's different about this one to the LNER one? Les or Lay, thank you for that subscription. Welcome to the club. Seat Frog is your friend. Yeah, I've still got the app on there, so I'm going to look into that next time. If we ever get invited back down again, that is. That would be the key thing. For a granddad, you have good memory. Yes, just too cheeky. $38 to go. What we do have, Lewis, is the LNER interior, look. Let's go back to that in a sec. Like we were saying the other night, the seats still don't look particularly comfy, do they? Really? And that's first class. You should get a bit more cushion in first class, surely. Monty Burns, good evening, how you doing? Imagine doing this in a pacer. That will be a 2-week stream, not a 2-night stream. I think it's been done before. It'd be like watching Animal trying to drive the Flirt. Oh, the NLNER spec cabs have a digital speedo in front of the driver, not the analog one. I got you. Over here. Yeah. Red Arrow, good evening, how you doing? Yeah, someone needs to put a list together of the, well, the comfiest UK trains and the uncomfiest. Listening to you guys over several different streams, I think you've all described quite a few uncomfortable ones. But I don't know which one is the winner. Just adjust the speed. You've been thoroughly enjoying this style of streams in regards to doing the full run. Oh, excellent. Thanks for that, Lewis. I mean, we can also do the, you know, we can do the West Coast Mainline version as well, which I've only done as a video so far, but I mean, we can definitely do that over a couple of streams as well, because I've got all the various bits of route for that as well. The only thing about that is I don't think. Whereas this is a scenario that somebody's made, so we're getting all the traffic on the line. I don't think I've got a scenario for the West Coast Main Line that's broken into several parts. I'll need to have a look. The one that I did on the videos was quick drive. The West Coast Main Line South TS Classic, if you do a quick drive on there, you do get stock going backwards and forwards. But once you get past Birmingham on the missing link, I don't recall there being any traffic between Birmingham and Preston. So it depends how realistic you want it to look, really. If it's just the run you want to look at, then that's fine. We could definitely do that. It's good fun as well. Yeah, Queen Bee wants a 2-week stream. No passengers, did they know something about the driver? What station is that then? Grantham, of course. Who was it who did the 8-hour stream in the Pacer then? I mean, don't get me wrong, I like a Pacer. You know I do. But I mean, that's some commitment, that. If that was a full stream as well, was it a video or was it a stream? Because if it's a video, obviously they can piece it together. Some integrity. Oh. Oh, Sims and stuff, yeah. Yeah. Wow, 8 hours. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I've quite enjoyed doing this over the 2 runs. And hopefully a few people will watch it on the feed as well that couldn't make it live. That'd be quite nice to see. DSC class 7. Do you know what? I haven't got the 700, Lewis. I'm going to pick it up in, I think it's about 12 quid for the 700, then the AP pack on top of that. So the AP sale's going to be Easter, we believe. So I'll pick up the enhancement pack, and then I'll get hold of the DTG 700 that I need to run the enhancement pack. So yeah, I'll get it soon, but it's one of the ones I haven't got at the moment. There's quite a bit of the southern stuff that I've not got, to be fair. And the 700 actually is the only thing that's missing from the traffic on this route. So it's one of the requirements to play this scenario properly. So when we get down to the King's Cross end, you won't see any of that. Dave, good evening. How you doing? Just back from work, no doubt. Oh, you're going to do a 2-week stream. Excellent. Yeah, we'll watch that. Paddington to Penzance. You could do Paddington to Penzance, can't you? But there's another route that you need, which is made up of several other routes. I was looking at that the other day. I can't remember what it's called. In fact, I think G. Dave mentioned it the other week. There was a couple of requirements that I didn't have. I'll have another look at it and see what I've got missing. But yeah, Paddington to Penzance will be good. If we've got a few of these longer routes that we can do over a couple of sessions, then that'd be pretty good. Oh, don't get Peter started about the Western now. You've got him going, look. You're at your mum's. I hope she's watching as well. $22 into Peterborough. And that's where all the TSW players will leave us as we carry on south. Well, we went last night between Edinburgh and York in part 1. And it's only tonight we're going York to King's Cross. So, streaming wise, we've done it in 2 halves. And I think the last time I ran this, I did it in when I ran it for myself, I did it in 3 sections. I just saved it part of the way through. Someone mentioned Deltics. I was having a look earlier actually at the Deltic scenarios that I've got. I've got a few different ones. Oh, there's one for Dave. Yeah, I would like to buy the Flirt. It's just I think it's a bit expensive for me, I'll be honest with you. But I mean, it's on the list. You're going to have to look it up, Stace, what it actually is. 745 or 755. Which one is it that's available now? Is it the 745? I think the 755 is the one that I actually travelled on when I went Beccles to Norwich in the summer. I think that was the 755. You did drive a 91 set. King's Cross to Newcastle and back. Excellent. Cardiff to Holyhead with a 67 and an 82 DVT. You can do it in the 67. I'm just trying to think what scenarios I've already got. I think you can. I mean, you can do all sorts in the free roam. I don't know if it has a DVT on the back though. Yeah, it is Lewis. Yeah, it's saying I'm speeding, but I'm clearly not speeding. He was doing it all last night as well. We're just kind of ignoring it. But it's definitely not right. Oh, is it the speed set you're getting stuck on, Animal? I think we already said this, but you did read the manual, didn't you? It'll be in the manual, definitely how to do that. You're probably like me, you probably jump in and try and drive whatever you're driving, then you go back to the manual as soon as you get stuck. We definitely got North Wales Coast on the list because Jason was requesting that as well. He wanted the Voyager, which we can do. Although I've got the we can either drive the standard Voyager, which comes with the route, or I've got the Just Trains Voyager, which is a bit better. But I haven't got a scenario for that. I need to download it. I don't know how to create scenarios, you see. That's the thing. I haven't spent the time to learn it yet. But if I look ahead of time, I'm sure there's already something out there that I can get. You don't read them. You don't read the manual. I had to get the manual out when I drove the 185. Because you've got to set the destination board. You've got to acknowledge the config before the thing moves, and all sorts of different intricacies like that. So the manual comes in handy for that. But I'll tell you the other thing about the 185. I was doing a run up the Cumbrian coast and I saved it halfway and I came back to it and the thing just won't move. So I don't know whether that's to do with the 185 just doesn't like being saved. It messes around with the settings of the train when you save. You put it in a save file. I don't know, but I couldn't get it going again, which was a shame because I got quite a way on along the route. You give up too easy, Animal. Don't do it. You'll probably find, if you go and have a look at Alan Thompson Sim's YouTube channel, he's probably done like he does like a first look of his own stuff. So There's probably something on there that he's done when he's showing you exactly what to do to get it going. Yeah, surprisingly, I haven't got a 40 in TS Classic. Six to go. You're not known for your patience. All that money, though, animal. I'd be determined to get the thing moving. Missed the alarm. There you go. That's what happens when you go outside, isn't it? That's the first one on the whole run, I think. But I think, can I reset it or do I have to stop? Probably have to stop, don't I? That's a shame. We're early anyway. Yeah, operational error. It's a hazard of going out. That's from playing TSW. See, a lot of people in TS Classic don't go outside the cab at all. Whereas, as you know, I like to show you the ins and the outs. But this one starts itself because I've got the speed set on. It came to a full stop and I've done nothing, and we're accelerating again now. So, it does it on its own. And there's the little tinker again going off. When it's just come to a stop and it's warning me again. So it's not in this one. These 800s, it's not a long stop if you get caught. Yeah, you play it to enjoy yourself, and it's frustrating. Things get broken. Your neighbours learn a bad language. Actually, do you know what? Thing we've not heard of for a long time. KH. I don't know how KH is, but KH, if you remember him, he used to get frustrated with TSW. He's not been around for a while. He just reminded me. Yeah, it is one of the problems with TSC. If you go outside, you can just get out quick, and then it goes off again like that. We're still early anyway, so it's not too bad. I think what we'll do is we'll coast in shortly. The flashing green is 140 area. Wonder why we're restricted to 125 then. Is that particular to this train? I don't know what the top speed is of this unit. '91s were authorised to 140. That's good. I have driven a 91 on here, but I can't remember what speed it let me get to. And what's the blinking yellow as well? Is that notification of a speed change? Oh, 125 max for the Azuma. That will explain it. Diverging track. Okay. High speed points. Here's Peterborough, which is the last part of this that you guys that just play TSW will recognise from your version of East Coast Mainline. Platform 3 at Peterborough is what we've got. We'll have a quick look over at the train and the other platform as well, just while we're waiting. We'll just get the doors open. Saves them to stop at a red before the junction. Yeah, it makes sense then. Right, I'm going to keep an eye out for the pesky alarm going off whilst we go over here and have a look at this. Greater Anglia 172. Where's he going? Doesn't say. This is where the alarm will go off now. Edinburgh King's Cross. Peterborough to Ipswich. And I'm going to save it because I had forgot. Peterborough to Ipswich. The 170. Yeah, you can put it in neutral, yeah. Which actually, being as we've got a bit of a wait, we might as well. Yes, how far of a drive is it, that one, Dave, for the 170? Be a decent run, will it, that? You want TSW5, but you're not leaving. Yeah, I mean, what I meant was from a recognising the route point of view, some TSW players won't know this next section of the route. Be nice if it just went down to King's Cross, wouldn't it? I imagine though that King's Cross and the departure from King's Cross would be a similar level of detail as it was doing Euston for the West Coast Mainline South. I imagine that's a bit of a job to do all that detailing. Whereas the section of this that they've got in TSW5 is a little less. Well, it's quite a lot less built up, isn't it? And therefore, probably, given the time that they have to develop these things, it was probably way easier to do that section. But yeah, can you get the Peterborough to Ipswich route? I don't recall if you can. 12 hours in F153. I was looking at the 153 actually. Just Trains do a 153 for this. I don't think DTG do one. I think it's about 12 quid at Just Trains. Put it back in forwards. I'll not turn it off Forgot I can't just use W.
TPWF and AWF operational.
Right, let's do this again. Oh, there he goes. Look, he's off to Ipswich. We'll set off. We'll get the speed set up to where it needs to be. Let's just check everything else. Yeah, using W, it took me straight through forwards and switched the whole thing off. There he goes off, look, to Ipswich. That actually won't be a bad route, would it? If it's a couple of hours, that'd be quite a good route to get for TS Classic. That's a nice looking beast there in that livery, isn't it? We've got 75 miles to King's Cross. So this bit is a good old jaunt, and that will be us tonight. Evening, Mr. Water. How are you doing? Good to see you. Evening, Sheepman. Yeah, I'm looking forward to 153 coming out for Cardiff. And of course, we got Dave here that can tell us if it's anything like the real one, which will be quite nice. Oh, the sounds are not very good on the Just Trains one. Right. Yeah, I was just looking before because I fancied it. Whittlesea, March, Ely, Bury St Edmunds, Stowmarket and Ipswich. Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad run, would it, that? Yeah, I'm all good. Thank you, Mr. Water. Yeah, can't complain. Yeah, 75 miles is a big... That's the other thing about it, isn't it? If they'd have done it from King's Cross, that's a massive route. Third party might do it. So this is our last leg, and we're due in at 10:42. Although at the top it says due in at 10:39 in the schedule. Either way, quite looking forward to this section of it. Yeah, dog boxes. Yeah, I think a few of you have said that. Yeah, what's the year? What's the year that the Cardiff route's set in? I think they did say that, but I can't remember. Expected arrival and actual arrival. All down the bottom. Yeah, so if you look down the bottom, expected arrival 10:42, and right now we're going to arrive at 10:36. But up here, the expected arrival isn't 10:42. It is in the top section. I mean, in the top section's only a description though. That says 10:39. The timing below it says 10:42, so maybe it's just a typo. Not sure. Either way, it's about, what, 45 minutes? Because we'll be up to 125 again soon. These trees look a bit burnt out, don't they? It's like a war zone. There we go. Yeah, pretty recent. I can't remember what the exact date is. Don't forget, everyone, if you don't mind, give me a thumbs up so that we get a few people to watch it on demand. It'd be nice if people watch the rerun. And if you are watching on the rerun, thank you for doing so. Much appreciated. What's that bit of track over to the left-hand side there? It's a bit overgrown. Some kind of sidings. Quite flat, this section, isn't it? Oh, it's an old brickworks. Ah, okay. The cockapoos are looking for cows and sheep. Yeah, it's a bit quiet in these fields. Looks a bit open, doesn't it? Got anybody in the back? Don't think so. Nobody's going first class. That means we've got the kitchen to ourselves. Goats will appear. See, 63 miles out, still quite rural, isn't it? Preston Carlisle has definitely got a lot of livestock, a very noisy livestock as well. You can hear it over the top of the train. Big downhill section. I think we'll just do another save, just to be sure. It's true, yeah. It does need a bit of adjusting the sound. Time for a cup of Rosie Lee. Yeah, I could just have a cup of tea. I'm gonna have to wait till I get to King's Cross, unless the steward is gonna walk in and hand me a cup. That's a very good idea. I do these long runs. I should get myself a flask to the side of me. If it was Peter, he'd have a mini fridge next to him instead. I'd have to settle for a flask of tea. Imagine getting to King's Cross and it crashes. Yeah, I know. The TSW version might. They bark if they hear them. It's strange how they can hear that. They have cigarette lighter sockets in the cab. I bet they don't, because let's have a look. Oh, what's that there? No, that's not one. That's a light, isn't it? That's not modelled, but wow, look at that, a snow brake. I think they got USBs. There's one of the trains that's got USB ports. Assume for plugging your phone in and whatnot, but yeah. Three-pin plug sockets. Yeah, I seem to think on the... Are they over this side? I'm sure over this side, in the TSW version, there's a socket over this side. Not in this cab. Yeah, you know what I meant. If it did, it might do a Euston on us. I think in the Azuma, if you remember the TSW version, I think this screen over this side has got the route information, which doesn't work on this version. But if I recall, I don't think it does anything on TSW. I think it might update, but you can't actually press anything on it. I don't know, but this screen here, I think, is in use. Yeah, Azuma has USBs on TSW5. That's what I thought. Yeah. Is it the Javelin then that's got the plug sockets? One of them with a similar layout to this has got plug sockets, definitely. No CD player. Yeah, or furry dice. Yeah, that's what Lewis was saying earlier, the GWR version with the speedo. It's quite good though, it's quite satisfying when you're playing this to think that, I know we've done it over 2 nights, but to think we're 49 miles from London, and we've come all the way down from Edinburgh. It's pretty. It's quite satisfying actually that, you know, playing a game, playing a sim, and we've done it, you know, real time. We've not speeded things up or anything. Yeah, Netflix, YouTube. That'd be quite good if you could have YouTube going. If you wanted Netflix, they'd charge you an extra tenner or something. So I'll have to plan the next. We'll do a few shorter ones, obviously, but I'll have to plan the next longer run that we can do. Should have gone up to Edinburgh, across to Glasgow, and then down the West Coast Main Line back to London. Yeah, that's true. Could do that. $45 to go. Been streaming 1 hour 40, looks like. It will usually let you get to 126 in Tears Classic before it gives you the HUD speeding error. And we're definitely not going above 125. We might be doing late 125, but it should only trigger at 126. So I think that's an error. That. Oh, it only does 124, does it? Okay, yeah, because you can't see this speed set. Can you see it goes in multiples of 5, so you can't. You either have to do the 125 or the 120. So I don't really want to do the 120. Although we do keep coming in quite early, so I could do, but then, you know, you'd probably get the tea and biscuits and all that kind of stuff, wouldn't you, anyway, for not keeping the speed up. Yeah, the Highland route, a couple of you were talking about that last time as well, but that's definitely on the list again. Hey up, Joe, how you doing? Yeah, it's gone again now. It keeps coming back. It's up and down. I could drive it manually and keep it a little bit lower, but then that's a lot of work, isn't it, on a long run? All good, thank you. Yeah, not bad. Or, like Peter was saying earlier, I could just do that. Just keep flicking it on. Because I have no clue where the speed changes are. until I see them right in front of me. So there'll be no anticipation unless I do that. Or not worry about it. Yeah, that is exactly true. That's the other way to do it. Like I said, it's not a point scenario, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah. As long as we get there and in one piece. Due in at 10:35 currently. I think you're alright till Hitchin. Yeah, but then I need to know where Hitchin is. Can you actually get points in Tier C? You seem to always lose it. Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? But I think you can turn points off completely, can't you, and still do the career scenarios. Because there's only the career scenarios that have got points, but I think you can turn them off in the settings. And Nebworth, of course, is the original Matt Pedalston Oxenholme. Yeah, when we get to Hitchins in front of you, when we get to Nebworth, shout. Tell me when Nebworth's coming up. High standards just so we get there in one piece. Explains the lack of passengers. Ages since you've been on this route. Yeah, I've only done it once or twice, so I don't know it at all. Unlike the West Coast Main Line, of course, which I played a lot. I played a lot in this. That was when I first got TS Classic. That was the first route that I got. The West Coast Main Line over Shap. So I was on that constantly for a long time. So I got to know that one pretty well. But this one, not so much. Derry, good evening, how you doing? You did the Just Trains Edinburgh to Newcastle route with the 55 Deltic TS Classic. And you got to 106 miles per hour on the straights. Nice. Nice. Don't tell Peter that. He'll be wanting me to do that next. Brighton to Bedford. That's an idea, actually. Yeah, that is an idea. Yeah. Trying to think of long ones that we can do, Joe. Like this one's been over 2 nights because it's been quite a long one. It is, yeah. Nebworth is the original one that Matt did, yeah. I remember as well, he did it once and he completely shot through. And in one of his other videos, he actually then went to Nebworth. So I should really go to Oxenholme, shouldn't I, and do a bit of filming from Oxenholme. That'd be the proper thing to do. Is Brighton to Bedford, is that just one route? Or is that across a couple of routes? I can't remember. Hastings to Charing Cross is 2 hours. You need to remind me of these ones. I'll definitely look them up. Because they're all ones that I don't really know. But I'm quite happy to drive them. Victoria to Littlehampton, 1 hour 50. Oh, it's a merge, right. I wonder if I've got that then. I might not have that, you know. I don't recall it. Right, we've got 26 miles into King's Cross. I think the bottom end of this, this section, I seem to recall when I got the 325 enhancement pack. You know, the mail train. A couple of the scenarios were based at the King's Cross sort of end. So I've been on the bottom end of it quite a bit. There's a 66 again with nothing behind it, so I'm obviously missing a wagon pack there. Yeah, Penzance to Paddington. We talked about that one earlier as well. That again is that's there is a route available for that, which is a combination of a couple of things. And I don't have that either, but I need to have a look what I'm missing. Yeah, I must be missing a wagon pack. I've got quite a few of the wagon packs from AP, but there are still a few that I haven't got. And to be fair, when the sale comes up, they're always fairly cheap. So I should pick those up really. I think we should, Joe. Yeah, I think we absolutely should. Yeah. We'll just have to see. We'll have to see who's interested in signing up for it, and we'll just sort of apportion it out. I think it's quite a fun thing to do. Start putting a bit of brake in. That was a double yellow. Double yellow again. Yeah, I'd quite happily do Overshap. Yeah, I would. I'd do Overshap, or I'd do. I tell you what, I wouldn't mind doing Birmingham to Preston on the missing link. I wouldn't mind doing that either, but I'm not fussed. I think you're best on the southern stuff. That's more your area, definitely. It'd be quite nice to be a part of it though. If we did it as a group, that'd be quite good. And it's probably not been done before either, so yeah, be quite a good thing that. Dovetail would perhaps put us on a playlist as well. Back to the greens, 19 to go. That was Wellingown City where you did your 313 training. Perfect. Yeah, I'm quite happy to do that. Missing link. Dual voltage and use the same train. Yeah. We'll do it in the flirt, animal. All the way through. We'll borrow yours as soon as you've parked it. I'll use it one night, then I'll pass it to Joe for the next one. Then Richie Rail could do the one after that. Then Megasim could do the next one. We'll just have to clean the controls over Megasim's been in because he's always eating. We're likely to get a scone on there with jam and clotted cream, etc., all over the reverser. So. Thanks for mentioning that thing. You've paid 40 odd quid for that, have you? Was it 30 odd quid or 40 odd quid? I don't know. It wasn't cheap though, was it? This isn't Nebworth, is it? That looks like a station you could easily miss. You gotta pick up all your toys first. Yeah, are there any windows still left in it that are not smashed? The carriage key thrown straight through the window. Ipswich to Rugby Freightliner. Yeah. All of these look like Nebworth. All these ones look like they're hard to stop at. Right, we've got just under 14 till we get in. It's in Ipswich Tunnel. You left it there and you jumped out, did you? Potter's Bar. Yeah, I've been to Potter's Bar. I've definitely been to Potter's Bar. Is there like a main street underneath the station? I recall. I could probably look. Actually, it looks like there could be. Yeah, right underneath the station. Yeah, we once had an office up the main road from Potter's Bar. That's a long time ago. Welcome back, Stace. I was saying, Dave, before you came in, maybe you were talking about the Penman Shields tunnel last night. I was just saying that I watched a video about it. You know, I said I was going to look it up. I looked it up today. Quite a sad story, that, isn't it? Watched quite an interesting video on that. You've not missed much states though. Nothing of any real note. All going to plan so far. And we're just over 10 miles to London. No spads, no overshoots. The only thing we had was the vigilance device, and that was only because I stayed outside too long. So that one doesn't count really. And that's in the whole run so far. So that's not bad going, is it, for me? Evening, Josh. How you doing? Looking forward to the Cardiff City network. Hopefully it'll be out soon. But you're shocked that the overground route will be out first. Well, don't forget, they're different developers. So that's also sometimes the reason why 1 week one route can come out and within a week there's another route. It's because it's not... It used to be all just DTG, wasn't, you know, for quite a long time, and then there was Rivet doing some stuff. But with everybody working to their own development schedule, there is a possibility that some things are ready before others, and things come out in successive weeks, and then you could get it where nothing comes out for a month, let's say. So, but I think everybody's quite excited for the Cardiff route. I think the Mildmay route is going to be quite nice. I'm looking forward to the preview. I think the preview is on Wednesday, isn't it? Of this week over on Dovetail's channel, so I'll be in the chat for that one so we can find out what that's about. Yeah, just one guy. Yeah, it is a very good feat, and I hope it encourages others to kind of learn the tools. I know there's a lot of people fiddling around with the editor, and I've been for quite a while. So, you know, fingers crossed. Yeah, the North London Mildmay. Somebody told me that. Somebody said, "What?" Somebody said to me, "Why are you calling it the Mildmay route?" And I said, "Because that's what this one's going to be called." He's like, "No, it's not the Mildmay. It's the North London." It's fair enough. The TSW route over Shap is West Coast Mainline over Shap in TS Classic, but it's Preston to Carlisle in TSW. You know, everybody knows what you mean. Right, let's get it down for the 90. We've got 4 miles. In fact, I can probably just coast it a little bit now, where things start to build up scenery wise. I'll be looking forward to the 150 or the 153. Well, I'm looking forward to the new 150 because we've had a 150 before, obviously, with West Cornwall. So I'm quite looking forward to how the new one will be. But the 153 being a new train for us in TSW, definitely looking forward to that too. So it doesn't really answer your question. I'm looking forward to both, I'll be honest with you. But I think the route itself is shaping up quite well from what little we know about it already. And it's the first TSW adventure into Wales as well, which has got to be good. Right, coming down to the 65, then a 60. Keep an eye on the signals because we're quite early, so I don't know whether that is going to hold us up or not. Who's this over on the left? Is this Arsenal on the left? Yeah, suffragette. People still call it Goblin. Yeah, absolutely. It takes a while for a name to be updated, doesn't it? First time you'll drive a 153 and be comfortable. What were you saying, Dave, about the other end that was converted? It was a bit tight. The driving position was a bit tight. I think it said that in the article, didn't it, as well? Yeah, Emirates, yeah. Down the hill. What's he waiting for then? Oh, he's moving now. I just wondered what was possibly holding him up. The converted cannon was minute. Yeah, I remember you saying that. And then I think you'd already said it, and then it mentioned it in the article. The last one that we got. That's handy. Just got a green. The big end and the small end. Not for the heftier gentleman, says Animal. Especially with your bad foot, Animal. Don't think you want to squeeze in there. Right, we have a 15 on the approach. Quarter of a mile. And a red at the end of the tunnel, which is now just changed for us quite nicely. Let's get that speed down before we get in trouble. You've contacted Richie and Hentis, Burnley's cool. I mean, I will do. I'll do any of those sections. Birmingham upwards. I don't mind. Is that Lumor company still a thing over on the right hand side there, the blue one? That's one of the liveries that comes with the AP pack. Welcome to King's Cross. So, one last obstacle is the buffers that we need to avoid. And that will complete our journey all the way down from Edinburgh over the 2 nights. So we'll get the doors open. We'll Well, I did mean to go to neutral then. That's better. Put the DRA on, just for now. Go outside, have a look round. So we're getting bombed by the pillars. Yeah, it's quite a simple livery, but it's quite nice, isn't it? Travel well beyond expectations. I think we've done that, haven't we? We haven't done so bad. That's a really good run, that down from Edinburgh. I've enjoyed it. So hopefully you guys have as well. We'll just wait for the wrap up. We might have to wait a couple of minutes because I can't speed the time. Here we go. We're relatively behind, it says. That's a lie. But just about within our T3. Good thing the next driver we are handing over to departs for Edinburgh in 45 minutes. Plenty of time to prepare for you. Get some breakfast. Scenario complete. Made by CrankyBot. So thanks to CrankyBot for the scenario. Both parts by CrankyBot. Every credit to him for that. And there we go. Speeding 201 times because of that error. It's just one of them things, isn't it? I wasn't going to not use the speed set, but in this second part we did 188 miles, so not too bad at all. 2 hours 5 tonight. So tonight was the shorter out of the two legs that we did. But thanks everybody again for coming in. It's much appreciated. Hope you've enjoyed yourself as much as I have. We'll think of the next big long one we can do. Joe's going to sort out the other thing the ambassadors are going to do, where we're going to go end to end between us using TSW and TSC from one end of the country to the other as best we can. So that'll be quite good when we get round to doing that. But yeah, I will see you all again soon. Thank you again for coming in. Have a great rest of your weekend. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, guys. See you soon.